I've been reading this wonderful book called Sabbath by a fellow named Wayne Muller. He wrote a book called How Then Shall We Live? This is 20 some years ago. And so I've been trying to practice the Sabbath on Friday nights from about 5 o'clock to noon the next day, which essentially means no telephone, no phone, and no computer. And so far I'm 2 for 3.
Eh,
I'm doing okay. But he writes about how we need to find Sabbath in any moment. So it might be lighting a candle. It might be taking a walk. So here's just a paragraph from him, and then I'll guide us through 7 minutes or so of meditation practice. There will be distractions in our background. If you want to put yourself on mute, that's great. But knowing that your dog might bark or that your kid might bump in, and that becomes part of our practice, that we get distracted and then we come back to this practice. So Muller writes, I have sat on dozens of boards and commissions with many fine, compassionate, and generous people who are so tired, overwhelmed, and overworked that they have neither the time nor the capacity to listen to the deeper voices that speak to the essence of the problems before them. Presented with intricate and delicate issues of poverty, public health, community well-being, and crime, our impulse, born of weariness, is to rush headlong, doing anything that will make the problem go away. Maybe then we can finally go home and get some rest. But without the essential nutrients of rest, wisdom, and delight embedded in this problem-solving process itself, the solution we patch together is likely to be an obstacle to genuine relief. Born of desperation, it often contains enough fundamental inaccuracy to guarantee an equally perplexing problem will emerge as soon as it's put into place. In the soil of the quick fix is the seed of a new problem, because our quiet wisdom is unavailable. So when he's talking about Sabbath, it's not just about rest, it's about wisdom and delight as well. So maybe we can seek some of that in 7 minutes of Sabbath. So as you're ready, letting the eyes close, allowing the body to be still, and draw your attention to the sensation of the breathing body. Observing the breath and letting it flow naturally, not bringing any effort to this practice, just a tiny bit of awareness. Simply drawing your attention to where you feel the breath most prominently. Perhaps in the area of the chest or the belly, or maybe at the nostrils. Use this time to feel the breath, sensing the expansion and contractions of the muscles, sensing a nourishment as you breathe in, the body receives oxygen, sensing the release and relaxation as you breathe out. And knowing that the mind is doing its job if we become distracted, lost in thought or memory. And when that happens, gently guiding our attention back to this sensation of breath. The body breathes in, The body breathes out. Imagine that you could visualize this breath, a cyclical rhythm that you can ride, feeling the breath as it's drawn in, feeling the breath as it's released out. Letting the body soften and relax. As you ride the breath, you might sense how the muscles of the face relax, the shoulders drop, the belly softens, the hands relax. You might check in to see if you're controlling the breath, trying to change it or make it a certain way. And just let go of that, knowing the body will breathe without any effort on your part. So you can just observe. Breathing in and breathing out. Allowing for distractions to come and go. Just bringing yourself back over and over again. The practice of mindfulness isn't about emptying the mind, but being aware and returning back to the present. Each time we catch ourselves carried away, the invitation is to come back to the in-breath, to the out-breath. In this last minute, you might increase your awareness of the breath, becoming more and more intimate and familiar, with its gentle flow. And having taken this time for rest and wisdom and delight, you might sense how you can take an experience of Sabbath and bring it to the rest of your day. And now listening for the sound of the bell to open your eyes.